how about them tops, son?
All day, SEC boys. SEC, they supposed to be SEC. Where's the other, baby?
You're listening to the Red Out Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome into a Red Out short clip here. This is from our latest episode. Hope you enjoy.
It's so beautiful.
Okay, so moving along, we got Jared's got some cold takes for us. Jared, what's your cold take, buddy?
All right, so good old WKU basketball group on Facebook is the group to just keep talking.
It is, though.
It was awful
It's
this
just my
week.
fate. But I mean, I don't know why I do this to myself, but someone's got to do it. So
That's right, man.
So, of course, like, there was an absolutely absurd post. Love the man to death, but you're talking about Western being in the SEC for some god-awful reason. So that got people talking about where Western should be as far as a conference, which there's a lot more people that I thought that are super unhappy with the Conference USA, mostly because of their trash media deal. But there was
Which is
people
understandable.
commenting on that post that says, quote, we need to be in the American Conference with UCF. The Ohio Valley is a natural fit, but you go like 40 years backwards. Of course, like another person said that we should be in the OVC, which is definitely, like, they've been better this year. If you look at Belmont, you look at Bury, they're obviously a lot better than, honestly, any of the teams in the conference were this year. But that's got me thinking, though. This is a two-part question I want you guys to think about. Like, one, if you could choose another conference for Western to realistically be in right now, which one would it be? And two, where do you think we will be 5 years from now? Do you think we will still be in the Conference USA? So, Devin, you take that first.
You suck. Okay. Okay.
He wants time to think.
Okay. Give me the question one more time because I have ADD.
So, if you could choose another conference for Western to be in besides the Conference USA right now that's, like, actually reasonable, don't you say, like, the Big Ten or the SEC or something dumb like that, but, like, reasonable. And two, where do you actually think we will be? Will we still be in the Conference USA somewhere else now, like 5 years from now? What do you think?
Oh my gosh. 5 years from now, I don't know. I think that's a good question. I think
If you want a second.
Ohio Valley. No, that's fine. I think Ohio Valley or some of those is ridiculous. Anybody that says that's ridiculous. The MAC's a possibility. I think. I mean, honestly, there's a. What are we saying, Ross?
Oh, I mean, I'm ready to talk whenever you're done. So.
Ross was cussing
I'm
under his
sure
breath.
I heard that. I was like, wait a second here. Honestly, I got to pull up a list of NCAA conferences because I'm like, what in the world is going to apply here? I mean, I guess we could fit into the athletic, as bad as I hate it.
The American.
Yeah, the American athletic, whatever it's called.
Well, see,
I mean, I'm just looking at what's regionally close.
See, for me, one of the things was, I don't know if you guys recall, but back when the Big 12 was talking about expanding and Western football was really rolling,
Yeah.
and basketball was just like, man, I was like, okay, look, if the Big 12 expands and takes, like a Memphis, like a UCF, like it takes two teams
Houston.
out. Takes that, yeah, that's what it was. They were going to take Houston they were going to take, so they pulled two teams. I had always thought, and that was kind of what was bantered around, was, and I guess when Marshall was pretty decent in football too, that Marshall and Western would be, as far as like competitiveness goes, the natural, or at least the two best fits to pull into that because they can compete in basketball. Their football is really on top of it. And I was like, yes, better TV money. Even if we have to lose for a couple of years, it raises the profile of the school, gives us some more cash. That's great. And then the Big 12 did not expand because they're a bunch of gutless pukes, as Drew Diener loves to say. And they kept their crappy little conference together. And they didn't take any more teams.
They're not 12 anymore, but okay.
I don't care. I don't care if they got 30. Get to the right size, have a proper conference championship, and so that we could move up. Then we didn't. Then football slacked off. So for me, honestly, I think they're right where I think Western's right where they need to be. I mean, if you look at the rest of the conference and how competitively crappy it was in basketball this year, and then you look at, football most years, Western's kind of right there. You look at campus size, you look at media market, you look at a lot of the comparables. Like, one of the things that I found when I would look at other schools to talk about stuff is that how comparable in not
It's
necessarily
not. That's the biggest problem. Bowling Green is, as long as the school's located in Bowling Green, Kentucky, we're never going to even get in the AAC. I mean,
right. And that's the thing is that
how are
Bowling Green's not
you
a big
supposed to
enough
take
market.
schools like
Now you can go ahead, Ross. You're raring to go, buddy. Kill it.
Yeah, let me hear your answer.
Okay.
he's been wanting to
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, like, even the athletic or the American athletics a pipe dream, because you think, if the Big 12 expanded and then they had to pick 2 schools, are they going to pick us in Bowling Green, Kentucky with 70,000 people? Or are they going to take a team in Norfolk, Virginia, or Birmingham, Alabama, or Charlotte, North Carolina, or
Miami.
the Dallas metro area? Yeah, Miami. Even if those fan bases aren't as big as ours, whatever. It's just not that feasible. I think, kind of like you said, Jake, we're kind of where we need to be with the kind of equal peer schools. I mean, I think the MAC is very similar, but I'd rather be grouped for recruiting reasons, for cultural reasons, for everything like that, with schools like Marshall, Middle Tennessee, UAB, Charlotte, stuff like that, as opposed to just putting us in with like the Michigans and the Eastern, Western, Central Michigans or the Ohio or whatever. So, regionally, I think we'd rather be tied to the South than the Midwest. I think in 5 years, the only thing I would keep an eye on, and this is just me going last week to the conference tournament, would be the Sun Belt and Conference USA shifting more geographically. So where all the Texas and Western schools realign, and Western would be in with the Eastern schools to cut down on travel costs, to be more geographically located, and that would make sense to me. I don't know if you would. Either that or one giant super conference, which we talked about as well. But I think them realigning the 2 leagues that really, I mean, let's be honest, Sun Belt the old Sun Belt became Conference USA after all the Conference USA schools went to the AAC.
That's true.
All the AAC schools went to the ACC. It's just kind of funny how basically they cherry pick ones after the other, and we're kind of where we are. Like I said, I hope that Western stays in Division I, and we can still care about them as much, because I'll be honest, if we went back to the old days where we were a level below, it'd be hard to follow as passionately. Even if we don't really have a realistic path to the title, it's just more fun being Division I in all the major sports. So
I agree with that. What do you think, Jared?
Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I definitely agree with what you said. I mean, dropping to FCS, that kind of kills any type of momentum you have with the football program. And obviously, we've been able to compete in it, winning 2 Conference USA titles since we've joined, which is obviously still really impressive, the years that we had under Braum. Hopefully, we'll get back to that eventually. But, it's just with basketball, it's just the fact that we're not winning is why so many people, I think, are kind of complaining about the Conference USA. If we came in and started dominating like a lot of us thought we would, like going to the NCAA tournament and having a decent showing, then maybe we could talk about going to a different conference. But unless the American is willing to pick up like smaller market schools because people like Memphis, Houston, etc. are leaving, I just don't really see us making that move upward, because you want to make an upward move. You don't want to make a move like going back to the Sun Belt, or even worse, going back to the OVC. Like, that's just not going to be best for the fans that are interested in our Division I status. And if we went back to the Sun Belt, then that would just be dumb after being in the CUSA.
Well, I mean, my thing was we wouldn't go back to the Sun Belt. It would just Conference USA and Sun Belt would realign to make the geography
Which
better,
honestly,
where we wouldn't be
I
stuck
agree.
with the
Something like
Texas
that
school.
needs to happen. Like, it just makes no sense for us to play a team as far away as like east as Norfolk, Virginia, and then all the way over to El Paso, Texas. Like, I mean, that racks up a bunch of miles and travel costs. I wish there was another conference that could be like not one of the ones like Sun Belt or Conference USA, like something new that kind of merges like more geographically located areas together as one conference. But the NCAA will probably never do that, at least not for a while. So we'll probably just be stuck in the Conference USA until, either we go broke in our athletics department, which is terrible. Hopefully we won't, but we'll see. If we have like some miraculous like tournament run and our football team gets back on track, maybe, but I wouldn't count on it.
My thing is, I think it would be really interesting to see a merger of Conference USA and Sun Belt. That would be really
super
cool.
conference.
A super mid-major would be really interesting. And even then,
that's
you could
where the pod system would be cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I completely agree, though. Because my thing is, if you look at a map of Conference USA and the Sun Belt, I mean, they basically overlap in some states and even cover a lot more. That would expand your East-Wests. I mean, that could make... I mean, it would be a really awesome thing
It would
to
really
see.
be like a quarter of the landmass.
I mean, you would
outside
have
of Alaska.
26 teams.
But it would be interesting because, like, when you look at the map, like, it goes down to Florida and goes across, the Alabama, Mississippi, like, southern states, a little bit of Arkansas. So if you tie in, like, Kentucky, Tennessee, it's like, oh, we just, all the way down to Texas, we just have all of the Old South.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean,
we
it would be
have.
the Super Southern
We'll
Conference.
that's what they should call it, the Super Southern Conference. Dude, people in Texas would love that. There's so many people in Texas. I work with a guy who is a big, like, old school Southern Conference fan.
Yes.
And he would
Southwest Conference. Yeah.
he would absolutely, like,
Oh, anything Southern
he
would
would
fly.
he's they need to bring back the old Southwest Conference. Put all the Texas schools in there.
Yeah.
And he's like 23 now, so he's a baby, so I gave him the old man voice, but he's not really an old man, he's kind of a child. He's a history guy though, so he fits with the old crotchety man voice.
Yeah, but see, and then I think it would
That's
be really
funny
cool.
because that's when like Rice and North Texas and stuff, or not, I don't know if North Texas was, but like Rice and all the kind of mid-major schools were with the Big 12 Texas.
Right,
schools.
exactly. It was
crazy.
just Texas.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's my thing, is if you condense those, like, I don't think Western should step down. They shouldn't go back to Sun Belt. They shouldn't go back to FCS, because that's almost like a slap in the face to the people who
Yeah, see, like,
tried
I really,
to do that.
really wish that the Atlantic 10 had like football and had like decent football, because the basketball teams in the A10 are really, really, really good. I would love to see us compete with, like, we play Rhode Island next year.
Yep.
Like they had a really good tournament run last year. Them, VCU, Davidson. There's a bunch of good teams in the A10 basketball wise, but of course the football is where it's like.
Fun fact, Jared, VCU used to be in the Sun Belt back in the day when Western was in it.
Who was
Really?
that?
VCU?
Before my time.
That's wild.
In the
Did
80s,
not know
yeah.
that.
Oh, 80s. Okay, I was like, I don't remember that.
It's in Ross's time.
Yeah, Ross's time. Yeah, because he's old. Like
No,
that.
because I'm a history buff too. So
Oh, okay.
Get off my lawn.
He's a
Oh,
he's
hey
a
man,
sports history guy.
that can be your catchphrase. If I get pee down my leg, you can have get off my lawn.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I was just throwing around the Atlantic or the Athletic.
I
but-
mean, legit. I used to think that was the thing because that's what
I
everybody
mean,
talked about.
it would be the logical next step, but I just don't think anybody's going to be itching and rearing to go for Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean
So-
that's exactly right. Bowling Green's a small media market. It's overlapped by Nashville and Louisville's media markets. It's not a huge pull
Yeah.
money wise, and even if our fan base is bigger, right?
yeah.
It's all about how many TVs are turned to the ads. And so you would think, again, the Norfolks, the Miamis, even if not everybody's a fan, even if it's just on in the background, the rights to it, because of population, would be worth more.
Yeah.
So they'd get the pull, and then they get more
Or,
connections.
and if they grew with that, like Norfolk, that'd be like their team in their region.
Right.
While, like I go to a bar in Louisville, you never see a Western game on TV, unless you ask. And that's just like the difference between where we are as a school and where a school like, even Norfolk would be in their own hometown. So
Yeah, I do have to
Yeah,
say
the
that's
only way. This is my opinion, but the only way we would have like a big move up is if we were to do something miraculous like Butler did and go to 2 Final Fours back to back or something and get all this national draw towards us, because they went from being a Horizon League school to the Big East in like just a matter of years because of Brad Stevens and being able to go to back years, but also same time for them. Indianapolis, that's a really big market, so it just comes down to the size
Creighton,
of ball.
Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, all those schools that were probably equal with us 20 years ago, they didn't play football. So, football is a blessing and a curse in that regard. Where if you focus on just one sport, maybe you could emerge as a mid-major power. But I love, Saturdays in the fall too much to give that up. And
I
I had
agree
too
with
much
that,
fun
yeah.
when we were
I
good.
mean, and you got to
I
think.
feel you.
You got to think about monetary value too. That's what a lot of these schools are thinking. If you get rid of a big school like football, I mean, even let's say Kentucky, who historically their football program's not that great, they still pull in enough money to basically pay the bills, and then the basketball just pays, the surplus of whatever else they want
It's
to
all
do.
SEC TV money, man.
It's
that SEC
right.
network money, holy crap. We could have that for a semester, the stuff we could do.
So let me ask Ross and Jake, as Louisville fans, let's say 10 years ago, well, let's see, was it 10? or was it probably 15 years ago?
15 years ago, they were
when
in
Louisville
Conference
was
USA.
Conference USA. Would you have said in 2019 that they would be in the ACC?
Well, I mean, I knew they were going to the Big East, and if you would have told me that the conferences be realigned again, I would have been completely shocked. But also, 15 years ago, I would have probably been drinking the Kool-Aid more than I am now, too, though.
So I wasn't a Louisville fan 15 years ago, but knowing historically what happened, and knowing what happened at the University of Louisville and at Louisville as a town over the course of that, you don't know which Power 5 they're going to be in,
Yeah.
but you figure they're eventually going to get there because Tom Jurich was just spending money.
Oh,
Whether
he
or not he
was.
had it, he was going to spend his way into a conference. And Louisville's big town, it's its own kind of media market. It doesn't overlap a lot with many other media markets. Indianapolis, a little bit, but you're talking about a lot of eyeballs. It's a lot of people.
It's the game. It's the pro game in town, even though it's a college game.
Precisely, which is why they fought so hard.
To keep an NBA team.
Correct.
The only thing I want to see happen, though, is that I want to see Maryland go to the ACC and Louisville go into the Big Ten because there is nothing Atlantic about Louisville, Kentucky. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, there's
Hey,
nothing
Salt Life,
Atlantic
buddy.
about Syracuse, New York, or Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So,
Salt Life, buddy, is all I got to say.
Still, though, I mean, Ohio refused.
I mean, but, like, idealistically, I mean, where will Western be in 5 years?
Conference USA.
Yeah, I mean, Conference USA is probably the best fit.
ACC.
Yeah, you're crazy. I know.
Look,
You're just like, I mean,
I love him.
Yeah, I love him
But that
too.
was the cringiest post I've seen in a long time. I was just like, but
I don't have a problem with somebody asking, should they go to SEC? I mean, it's a definite, loud, resounding no, but it's still a question to ask. You know, is it a possibility
I mean,
30 years
and
from now?
there's a
Probably.
cultural gap there too. I mean, you never know if he understands the complete landscape of why that's never going to happen.
I mean, and
That's
it could be
fair.
it could be a political thing
Yeah.
as far as conferences go, because you've got a UK and you got a Western. I mean, politically, Western's not going to pull the crowd that UK would pull. So, I mean, if it was a realignment in that sense, that's not going to happen either, obviously. But,
so speaking of things that didn't happen,
yeah,
our bracket's doing well.
yeah. Do you have the?
I'm gonna pull it up. So if you guys
I've
did
got
not-
who's leading.
yeah, if you guys didn't join in, shame on you because we posted it like 4 times.
That's okay.
But and maybe you just hate Jake's choice of CBS Sports. I just like the app better. Okay, I'm just saying that I enjoy the CBS Sports app for the bracketiness. I think it's easier to navigate than the ESPN one. Hot take. But Ross, do you want to talk about who's winning? Because my app just crashed when I said nice things about it, so now I'm a little mad.
So we can go. We had, I think, 15, I believe, people who entered into the contest just for pure bragging rights. 6 of us Towel Rec writers, and then a handful of fans. After the first 2 rounds, we have Michael Garcia in first place with 54 points. Matt Kratz in second with 52. Susan Connor tied in second with, 50. I don't understand how. Oh, okay, 51. I'm looking at best correct. This whole thing's. Okay, 51, 50, 50. Jack Watson has 49. John Whitaker has 49. Alexandra Beckmeyer, I think that's Fletcher's girlfriend, has 47. Sam Gormley finally in 6th place with 47. Devin, 8th with 45. Jake is in 10th with 42. And bringing up the rear is Jared with 36 and me with 36. So
Yeah,
the
that's
2
pretty
experts you hear rambling on about sports, not really that smart.
It's because I thought we would actually have an upset that would happen that's not a terrible Pac-12 team actually making the Sweet 16. So, I mean, I put some money on UC Irvine. I put some money maybe on Liberty. Not really. I think it...
Not really.
I'd be lying if I said I even remembered who I put on that bracket. But I know I picked some upsets, and it came back to bite me in the rear end. So what else is new?
I did too. I sold out to Buffalo. I sold out to the Buffalo hype, man. To heck with that frozen tundra town.
See, yeah, and I'm kind of like Antonio Brown. I ain't played in no snow.
Yeah.
My strategy was just basically screw upsets. I'm just going to take the big dogs and everything, and
see what happens.
Yeah, I just and you know, the gamble, the probability of having another Loyola-esque team is so low. I'll just take the big dogs.
Well, because it's one thing where you can always bank on like, I don't remember what national was it. Goodman who picked all 1 seeds in his Final Four. It's like, yeah, that's
Dickie V, I think.
Dickie V. You know, there's a couple. There's a couple.
Number 1, 0 gonna win it, baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, look, man.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know. Maybe it's a hot. I don't like Dickie V.
No, it's not a hot take.
He annoys the crap out of me.
He's lost his fastball, man.
I just I don't like. Okay, I like a catchphrase. Okay, I do. I like a catch. Holy moly is one of the best catchphrases.
Not so fast. Yeah, that's a
But-
great catchphrase.
Yeah.
But when the only thing you do is utter catchphrases and nonsensical stuff,
So like John Madden.
Like John
And then
Madden.
kiss Rick Pitino's butt after he's been through everything.
Yes.
yeah, boy, they are tight. I give him
Yeah.
that. He's loyal. I give
He's
him
loyal.
that.
He's definitely
He sticks
loyal.
with his dudes.
And that's fine, but in the long run, you know.
What's one of
it's
those things
whatever.
where, like, you stick with your boy.
I just wouldn't bring up the subject.
Right, exactly.
Okay, move
Exactly.
on.
Just ignore it.
If I do some crazy stuff,
Yeah.
guys, and you guys get on TV, don't try to defend me. Just pretend it didn't happen and don't talk about it. Because
Just ignore the question.
Right, just ignore. Or
Free Jake.
Dickie V doesn't even have to like talk about. He just brings it up out of nowhere.
Just
You could be
R.I.P.
talking about-
Jake.
Yeah, right. R.I.P. Jake. Like, just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
People got short memories, man. They don't care.
Nope,
Like, just
don't
don't
care
talk.
at
Just
all.
don't talk about it. Especially with college basketball, most of the country doesn't care except for like a week out of the year. Just don't talk about it.
Exactly.
Don't talk about it,
So
man.
great though.
Dickie V, and who's the? You guys remember like NCAA basketball like games back in the day, like for the like Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
So you could. I had NCAA 10. I still have it for my 360,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And throughout the game, like you get the different broadcasters. You get the ESPN crew and you get the CBS crew.
You're talking like Kirk Herbstreit and all those guys? Or
Well, but in basketball, there's a basketball.
I'm
version.
sorry, Bryce.
And
Bill
so
Raftery, Billy Packer.
yes, and he always says like "Dipsy Doo Dunkaroo," and also like, dude, just no. And like I get into video games, like they only have enough like canned like comments.
I'm surprised that you even turned the sound on in those games because I don't even turn the sound on.
I definitely turned down after I started playing. I turned off the commentary and just kept crowd noise and like sneakers. You know, 'cause I like.
Yeah, you like the
I
squeak?
like the noise and like the way that the basketball. I like the swishy noises, and whistles. But good lord, Dickie V, man, I don't like anybody that's all catchphrases. Pick one catchphrase and then have color.
The only catchphrase I really know Dickie V does is "Yeah, baby."
Yeah, but everything he says sounds like a catchphrase.
Well, yeah, because he's old.
Why?
I have heard the really
Maybe
cool
that's
thing.
what it is. Maybe
Diaper Dandy,
that one.
Dixie
okay.
Doo, Dunkaroo. I think that's like the big ones.
My thing.
I do like Bill Rafferty and the onions, though. I use that a lot. Whenever somebody makes a big shot, I'd be like, "Tate's got onions."
Yeah, but pick one, and that's your thing, and then
Yeah.
add color.
Yeah.
Don't make everything you say like a carnival sideshow.
What was the
Send It In, Jerome by Bill Raftery was good too.
What was the
The greatest of all time is the Boom Goes the Dynamite.
And boom goes the dynamite.
boom goes the dynamite? What was
What's
the,
that guy doing now? Does anybody know?
I know, right?
Probably not sports broadcasting.
I
No.
hope he's doing sports broadcasting, and that's his shtick.
Or
Is-
podcast, yeah.
Or he probably does have a
Probably
podcast.
the name of his podcast. We need to look that up. Boom Goes the Dynamite podcast.
Write that down,
That
guys.
is so hilarious. So
But we were
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
get to.
yeah.
We had this thought instead of doing rankings. We had this thought like let's talk about the curses or blessings of a bunch of Sweet 16 teams. Jared, Ross, do either of you want to start us off?
I mean, I have it pulled up. So
Okay,
I don't
go
know
for it,
where
Jared.
start. So looking at just the top teams left and whatever side of the bracket. East, sure, we'll go with that. Duke and Virginia Tech. I am still so mad that that shot for Duke actually went in. First of all, what's-his-face was holding the entire time. He totally had a hook on whoever it was for UCF after Taco Fall fouled out because of an arguable charge, and Zion went just like shoulders first into the paint and didn't even really care about what was going to happen after that. That led to them getting that. He missed his free throw, and then the hooking, and then I think it was R.J. Barrett that got the tip in to put them in the lead. And of course, like I guess UCF is just cursed. I mean, they must have talked too much smack about their national championship in football. That the two shots that they had rimmed out. Like, dude,
I felt those. I felt that pain.
Honestly, greatest upset is if UCF had beat Duke. But sorry,
would've
Jared,
been-
go
They
ahead.
would've
wouldn't
been
get either of those. That would have been like one of the best March Madness moments we've had in a long time. But we can't have nice things apparently this year. Like Virginia Tech, I mean, they beat Liberty. They beat I don't even know who they played before that. Probably someone even more irrelevant. I mean, I still want them to beat Duke. Virginia Tech, they have my full blessing. Buzz Williams go out and have an ACC matchup in the third round of the NCAA
Virginia Tech
tournament.
beat St. Louis.
Oh, wow, my bad. Isn't that where what's-his-face is now?
Mark McGuire.
Kentucky-
Travis Ford.
Yeah, Travis Ford. That's where he's at now. Oh, wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, here's how bad like some of the that I don't pay attention to some of the low seeds that aren't like fun. My wife came in, she's like, "Yeah, the kids did brackets stay in class. St. Louis was a very popular one." I was like, "Is St. Louis even playing in the tournament?"
Yeah, I agree.
And then she was like, "Yeah, St. Louis. They got this weird mascot." And I was like, "Oh yeah, they
The
are."
Billikens.
The Billiken.
the
Yeah.
Bellic, I was like, what is
Billiken. Yeah, I can't. I looked it
It's
up.
like
one
a
time.
gargoyle.
It's like some
pretty
little
much.
gargoyle gremlin thing. I don't remember. I looked it up.
They're
They're
one
a
the
time.
former
so-
Conference USA school.
What?
They said they're a former Conference USA school.
Where are they at?
St. Louis.
They think they're-
Right now they're in
smart ass.
they're in-
I think he meant the conference, man.
Which
they're in the
conference are-
A10 now.
Oh, the
A10 now.
A10. Okay.
Yeah, A10's a good conference.
Yeah, very Atlantic, St. Louis.
That is a charm doll created by an American art teacher and illustrator.
It's a goofy looking thing. I'm not.
It
gonna
is
lie.
very goofy looking.
It's
That's
probably
your mascot.
creepy if-
It is.
I mean,
Those are creepy. If you Wikipedia this, which I am, there's one in Alaska that looks really creepy. It looks like two salt shakers, but they look creepy. If they came to life and started chasing me, I'd have nightmares for years.
Yeah, but anyways, continue, Jared, about things you hate.
Okay, so I mean, I definitely would like to curse the Duke Blue Devils just because I mean
Preach.
they're Duke. After what they did, I hope Zion. I just hope he has an absolutely terrible game against Virginia Tech. I don't know if Blackshear's the guy that will guard him. I don't know who he'll have on it, but I hope he just gets shut down. I hope that his shoes, like for some reason, they just won't stay tied. That he'll just be tripping all over the place. He still stays healthy, still stays in the game.
Preach.
But yeah, I just want him to be an absolute mess for that game. Go Hokies. Give me the Hokies.
Do you have any other curses you wish to elaborate?
Or blessings you wish to bestow upon
Well,
teams.
I would like to bless particularly the Gonzaga Bulldogs, just for the fact
Yeah.
that they're technically not sort of a mid-major, although they're like
They're in a mid-major league at least.
Yeah, that's
they're in a
true.
mid-major league. I mean, they're the only ones left that I actually care about cheering for. Screw Oregon after beating UC Irvine. They can go kick rocks. I don't like them at all. But Gonzaga, I want to see Mark Few get a national championship. I feel so bad for this man. He's had some really good runs. He's had an incredible year as a coach for Gonzaga. He's basically taken them from like a team no one has ever heard of into one of the powerhouses of college basketball. I hope he beats Florida State. I hope he beats Fletcher's team over there really bad. I want
Fletch
I want
loves
Gonzaga
FSU.
to beat Florida State so bad that Fletcher wishes that Hilltopper basketball was still going on. That's how like bad it's going to make them look. And let me see who else.
The content,
Who else? I
baby.
mean, I'm still mad at Virginia for beating Gardner Webb. They can lose. Purdue and Tennessee, that's just a disgusting matchup. I don't like anything about that. If Houston and Kentucky, I will take Houston in this. I bless Houston just for the fact that Corey Davis has had an incredible year. I would have loved him to have gone to Western.
Amen.
So, I mean, it is what it is, but they're sort of not, they're not really like a Cinderella or anything, but they're another smaller conference. They're not one of the Power Five. Like,
They're just a good little cuddly school that's supported by oil money.
I
Hey,
mean,
man, ain't nothing
basically.
wrun with that
I want
oil
them
money.
to do really good
Yeah.
in this
Well, I mean, I work for an oil company, so.
Not Big 10, but Big 12. I want to see Houston go to the Big 12. That way a spot opens in the ACC. And then just eventually maybe they think about Western after, like, maybe Bowling Green will get a huge thing going on over there, get a bunch of people moving in for whatever reason.
So they are
Maybe
building
for
the
the
crap out of
Liberty
some
fans.
apartments over there.
Yeah, they're building plenty of apartments, but I mean, I don't
But we
know
need
what's
humans to
gonna-
live in them.
Yes, we
Yeah.
need humans, not Bosnians or whatever.
Oh my God.
Sorry. So,
We have to believe that.
yeah, just bleep me out. Just ignore me. So,
Dude, I got some people to curse and
Jake, do you want? Yeah, you go. You
so
curse,
first,
and then we'll let Ross curse.
I wanna bless. my bracket's just going to be host. This is all anti-bracket at this point. I don't really care. Auburn, Bruce Pearl's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Bruce Pearl's hilarious.
Okay.
He's a cheater who does not care.
That's true.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And he is one of the sweatiest men in college basketball, even though he has no right to be because he doesn't actually coach on offense. It's literally like I don't understand. Shoot the three, coach. What are we gonna do? Shoot the three, coach. I mean, we got to run a set. Shoot the three. Okay, we get it. Just jack up a 3 seconds into the shot clock. We got it, Pearl. Yeah. So I want to bless them because I just think it'd be funny as crap if that was the SEC team that like made it all the way, like not Kentucky. Just not Tennessee. It was picked to be real good. Like just
not LSU.
Not LSU because
they're just gonna get an asterisk on this year, anyways.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. After they won that game, I guess it was against Kansas. They had like Charles Barkley like cornered out, just like with Auburn like surrounding him and like streamers and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
dude, for real. So give blessings to Auburn just so we can watch Bruce Pearl sweat some more because it's just
quiet,
fun.
Larry Bird.
Yeah, it's so funny. If I have to curse people. Curse Duke, obviously, because it would be a good story for them to lose. At this point, like, the Virginia Tech beating them, I'm like, meh. Yeah. Because they were good. They were pretty good all season. They beat them, sans star players. Obviously, Robinson is not the equivalent of Zion Williamson, so having him back, I don't, equate those two. Obviously, still favored. Of course, Duke's only 7.5-point favorite at this point, which is kind of interesting. I guess that's based on their last performance against UCF. I don't know, man. As far as the rest of them, cursing Purdue, because I still hate Purdue.
Because they're still Western players? Oh, that's football, sorry.
I mean, still, doesn't mean I don't deplore the university.
People don't forget.
Yeah, I don't forget. This whole grudge is forever.
The North remembers.
There's one more blessing I want to give, and that's to Texas Tech. Texas Tech, just for the fact that they're Red Raiders and not Blue Raiders.
That's right. They picked the good color.
That's true. Yeah, bless Texas.
Is Texas Tech in Lubbock? Is that where Texas Tech is at?
Yes.
I think.
Bless their hearts, though. I mean, they got to be in Lubbock, so you want them to do something.
Yeah, because there's nothing else to do there.
No, man. It's just a dirt pile to roll around in.
And, I mean, they don't have oil money like Houston does, apparently, so...
They probably do. I feel like every Texas school that's in the oil fields.
They just have oil wells.
Just dried up wells. They don't actually have the money. All the money goes to everybody else.
They're close enough to Midland.
Midland, good old in Midland, a dirt pile full of oil too.
Yeah, that's where the wells are, Midland, Odessa.
I would just assume that there's oil in Texas. I mean,
just everywhere.
You dig a garden and you're going to hit oil. I just assume so.
Yeah, so that's all I got. And you know what? I know you said curse Virginia. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap about Oregon. And as far as feeling sorry for dudes, I feel sorry for Tony Bennett at this point. I do. The best regular season coach who pees down his leg every tournament. So I'm ready to see him get over the hump and do something. He ain't got to win it all, but just do something, man.
He chokes.
I would like to see a Gonzaga versus Virginia title game. That would be really good because neither of them.
That style contrast would be fun, though.
That would be a
the
nightmare.
Zags trying to run and Virginia trying to hold them. That would be. That's my new. That's now. Good job, Jared. That's what I hope happens.
Make it happen, NCAA.
Come on.
Don't make me come. I'm coming up to Indy in a week. You got a week to figure this out.
Make it happen.
Hashtag refs make this work.
That's right.
Okay. Ross, do you want to go?
Sure. I won't be that long. First thing, out of the 16 teams in the Sweet 16, 10 have as many or less NCAA tournament appearances than Western. Nice. So, I am, and I'd say about 3/4 have no Final Fours. So, I am going for, schools that are probably below that level. Your Virginia Techs, the Auburns, Texas Techs of the world. I want to see Tennessee continue to suffer because I like bragging that we have a Final Four and more tournament appearances than them. So as long as they keep bowing out in the Sweet 16 or Elite 8, I just hope they keep being snake bit. I was hoping they would fall on that giant comeback Iowa made, but they turned it on the end. I don't really, Gonzaga's fine with me. I can see why people hate them because I think, the common misconception about the NCAA tournament, people like Cinderellas, they like it till they get to the end and then they kind of get annoyed by them. So I wouldn't mind if they got over the top, even though, they're kind of like directly tied with us historically when it comes to the long-term thing. Some more salt. Obviously, I don't really care to see like Duke or North Carolina, but you know who I really don't want to see? The ultimate salt is Kentucky. I mean, just because they're fans, Facebook, just the BBN crap that you see this year around. They come out of the woodwork. Like, it's just so typical this time of year. And I'm surprised I was the only one to really say this. It's just like, you follow the Twitter people, you follow, your friends from high school, college, wherever, and they just come out of the woodwork this time of year. They complain about the refs, they complain about everything, and I just don't want to see their happiness. So
same,
Ross.
I'm still upset. I'm still upset that they beat Wofford. Like, this is my curse for Kentucky. I want Tyler Hero to do like Fletcher McGee did. Go for over
I think
12
if PJ Washington doesn't come back, which I don't see how he could with that hard cast is on his leg, I don't see how they're going to be able to survive these next 2
My dog
years.
is still sad the Terriers lost.
Your dog
We can't
is still
have
sad.
the dog being sad. Curse
Yeah,
you
poor
can't.
dog.
Out here, Ross, man, you say your friends from high school and college that like UK. I don't know what kind of friend group you run in, Hoss, but I ditched a lot of those people a long time ago. I had a buddy of mine.
You still see him on Facebook, buddy.
Oh no, I like to play this game where it's like do I care if you die? Like, would I go to your funeral? And if I wouldn't go to your funeral, I delete you off of Facebook. I do this like a couple times a year. It's really helped curate all my feeds to people I actually care about.
See, I just unfollow. I don't unfriend.
Oh no,
You can unfollow.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out.
It's a cop
I
out,
will say there are
yes.
some people that I've unfollowed before, or like it's like I don't like somebody's parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where like I don't want to see. Like, I got a buddy whose dad who like sends
Yeah.
me all kinds of stupid stuff from like chain letters from the '90s kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's unfollowed and muted a little bit.
Is that my dad?
As not your dad.
Okay.
As a different
That
dad.
sounds like him, though.
You
But
think this really
You're
says
just a
something.
little bit more harsh than me. I don't know.
I
guess
am.
I'm
I am
a
a little mean
people pleaser
sometimes.
deep down, where it's just like I just don't care about your UK fanhood this time of year or ever. But
okay.
Yeah, just cut him out of your life.
So I'm going to jump in, and I'm going to ruin all your days. I curse all number 1 seeds. I hate when number 1 seeds win. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I hate North Carolina. I hate Duke.
you
Virginia.
don't care about Virginia.
I'm indifferent about Virginia, but I know they're going to choke anyway, just
They
like
really
Ross
are.
just did, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I would love to see, the Oregons, not Tennessee, not Purdue. LSU, not Michigan State, because they're trash. Texas Tech, not Michigan, because they don't care to be there anyway. Obviously, if you've listened to our show, you know this. And Houston, their symbol looks just like UK's. If you're looking at the official bracket, it looks just like it. Yeah, I mean, obviously one's a K, but one's an H. I mean,
They do. I thought that when they got
Like,
those.
if you
one's
just-
red and one's blue.
not if you're colorblind, they look the same. Okay, I'm not.
Are you colorblind?
No, I'm not.
do
no.
red and blue look similar in red, green, colorblind?
No, it's red, green, colorblind.
Well, I recognize that, but just because it's
But
not
blue
called
is a
red,
part
blue.
of green. Yeah, I don't know.
Because
We'll have to.
blue and purple, I know, screws people up.
Yes,
I got girl at work. Her husband is colorblind. I'm gonna ask her more about red.
you
and
need
blue.
to ask her. Yeah,
I'm gonna ask her.
and if you know our listeners, please comment and let us know if
Yeah, if,
you're
any of
colorblind
you,
and you
if
know.
you guys are colorblind, I would say you guys because women are almost never colorblind.
Women, if you're listening too, you can by all means comment.
If you're colorblind and a woman, tell us because that's
We
fascinating.
had like 4 or 5 women in the bracket pick 'em.
Hey, yeah, I saw that too. I don't know who Randomir is, but that was really funny too. If that's a made-up name, that's better. But if it's a real name, please comment because that's hilarious. Also, Auburn. I don't care. I'd like to see them beat North Carolina. But I would have loved to have seen Washington or any of those other teams beat. Of course, I can't. There we go. There's a scroll. Who else played North
Scroll,
Carolina?
scroll.
I had New Mexico State in my Sweet 16 beating Auburn, so they killed all of that.
I'm glad to see.
I had them on the money line, and I was pissed when.
Oh,
that
dude, I
guy
bet
hit
you
2
were.
3 posts.
Oh man,
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
that comeback's pretty good though.
Unlike everybody else, I'm not.
It was
cursing
sad
Kentucky, so.
seeing Trevlin Queen actually have a pretty good game till that last shot too.
As a former / current Kentucky fan,
This is secondary fandom.
yes, my secondary
Like
fandom.
how we are with you.
I
though.
want to see Kentucky. I'd like to see Kentucky win because before anybody goes crazy on me, I don't want Duke to outwin Kentucky because I hate Duke, and I don't want UCLA to outwin Kentucky. I would rather Kentucky have the number 1. And I know everybody hates BBN and all that, but
That's the only reason I hate Kentucky is BBN.
BBN is just as a Kentucky fan,
Obnoxious.
BBN's annoying.
Well, that's one of
I
my
still
things.
think L1C4 is way worse, though. That's just my opinion. That's so cheesy.
I mean, there's-
Jake, what color
What?
shirt is Devin wearing right now? Is he wearing his three goggles shirt?
But you know what's here's
UK
what's
shirt?
funny. It's almost like in between Carolina and Kentucky blue.
Actually, it is. Yeah,
It's like this Under Armour like Carolina.
it's a dry. It's like a dry fit.
like
but
one
it's
of
one
those
of those
stretchy.
fleeces, yeah.
It's like in between Kentucky and Carolina. So as much as he's professing to hate Carolina, he is closer to their colors
Yes.
than he is the other blue.
Sadly, and I can tell you right now, I'm sure as Flip not wearing orange. So God, yeah.
I will agree. I don't like
It's orange.
L1C4. And
disgusting.
fun fact, Jared, they're actually
That's terrible.
they're moving away from the L1C4 stuff
Yeah.
post Jurich.
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah.
For good reason.
It was,
they're
I
moving
was
over.
tired. It was a terrible hashtag to begin with. It was.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was trying too hard and everything else.
That's
but-
just
It was tryhardy.
yeah.
It
I
really
will
was.
say though, it will never be as bad as Shoes Up at Murray State. That's just
Shoes Up.
so
Shoes
loud.
Up.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, hadn't heard that because I don't pay attention to Murray. That just makes me. I don't even. That just shoes up.
That cracks me up. That does crack me up.
It's almost as good as that horse costume.
I don't
Which,
know.
guys, nobody was in the crowd wearing it.
So sad.
So
I'm really
fail.
disappointed.
Yeah,
Fail.
amazing fail there. But I guess that's kind of all we got tonight.
That's all we got
Yeah.
tonight. I mean, we're at hour 12.
Yeah, I
I
was
could
gonna
write
say.
about this bourbon forever, but yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't think we'd have a lot to talk about, but
Yeah,
we can
surprisingly.
ramble with the best of them.
Yes,
I mean, dude, I can.
we are definitely windbags.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
I can ramble about crap forever.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, this is the greatest. I love this.
yeah, it's fun.
Love doing the show with you guys.
You guys got anything else?
I mean, no, I'm good. I mean, I
Said-
could go on forever, like you said, but
like,
we
nah.
need to stop at some point.
Yeah, we
okay.
gotta stop because yeah.
I got a pulled pork sandwich waiting for me.
Attaboy.
Ooh, sounds good. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, rate, and we always appreciate you all listening. It's kind of what we do because we love to talk about Westerns. So,
It's true.
as always, guys, go Tops.
Go Tops.
Good
Go
talk.
Tops.